every day feels just like heaven. Wifey, you mean the world to me.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Etcetera with the Woodards. I'm your co-host for the evening, Craig Woodard Sr. Christine Woodard has the night off. Okay, we're going to jump right into this thing. This is episode 9 of Etcetera with the Woodards, and we have a packed house tonight. We have some topics we're going to go over that are pretty interesting to discuss. ETC, what does ETC stand for? We're going to give you the energy, all the energy I have. I'm going to give it to you. Transparency. The T is for transparency. I'm going to be fully honest with you. Give you also my conviction. The C for conviction, my full opinion, everything. ETC is going to come right at you this evening. All right, we're going to start off with, I'm going to go to my phone with this one here. You guys hear about Kanye West's message that he sent? I think it was a tweet. Uh, Stunning. I don't know what's going on with Kanye West right now. I really don't. Just a couple weeks ago, he attacked Jay-Z and Beyonce's twins, calling them the R word, and then he tried to retract it. I don't know if he's seeking attention. I have no idea what is going on with Kanye West, but for him to come out with this information was pretty stunning. Just incredible news. So the backstory is this: he sent a message. His cousin is in jail, and I'm going to read the message that he actually wrote. But he admitted to sexually assaulting his cousin when he was 14, and his cousin was 6, I believe. Um, why he would bring this up now and why he would admit it, I have no idea. But the text message reads as follows. It says, "This song called Cousins about my cousin that's locked in jail for life for killing a pregnant lady a few years after I told him we wouldn't, him, by the way, we wouldn't look at dirty magazines together anymore. He says, perhaps in my self centered mess, I felt it was my fault that I showed him those dirty magazines when he was 6, and then we acted out what we saw. My dad had Playboy magazines, but the magazines I found in the top of my mom's closet were different. My name is Ye, and I sucked my cousin's you know what till I was 14. Tweet sent. I I do not understand what is going on with Kanye West. His cousin is in jail for life, and this puts a huge target on his cousin being in prison um, for the rest of his life. And you have a post that goes out to millions of his followers um, on Twitter or X or whatever they call it. I don't know. I don't know what point he was trying to make. I don't know if he is um, reaching out for help. Um, I don't know what's going on with Kanye West. I really, really don't. Someone that has a brilliant mind when it comes down to being a lyricist, how he could be so confused and demented, and I really think that he needs um, some help. But who's going to give it to him? I have no idea. Is this a cry for help or not? I don't know. You let me know. Go on here and follow us at Etcetera with the Woodards on YouTube, our YouTube channel, and let me know what your comments are as far as Kanye West is concerned. Okay, moving on. What a big weekend. Starting last Thursday, Friday, Saturday, big day for the NFL draft. Oh man, the time that we've all been waiting for. So, who was going to go number one? Was it going to be Shador Sanders out of Colorado? Who was it going to be? Where was he going to end up? Is it going to be Travis Hunter, our current Heisman Trophy winner? I have no idea. Thursday came, and the number one draft pick was Cameron Ward out of Miami. He went to the Tennessee Titans. I think he's going to be a good fit down there. He's going to step right in and probably play. They need a quarterback down there, and I tell you what, he broke a lot of records down at Miami. He's got a real good head on his shoulders. He's got a great arm, and he can run out of that pocket as well. So Cam Ward was the number one pick out of Miami. He goes to the Tennessee Titans. The number two pick in the draft, very very unique. The only player in NFL history to be drafted as a cornerback and a wide receiver. It was the Heisman Trophy winner himself, Travis Hunter. He is going to the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I tell you what, he is going to play cornerback and wide receiver. They have already told him that they're going to let him be him. They're going to let Travis be Travis. And that's going to be pretty exciting because we haven't seen that on a consistent basis from a football player in the NFL. Now, of course, the only player to do it, I think it was 8 games out of a season that started at both positions, was Deion Sanders back in the day for, I believe, the Cowboys. It was who he actually was playing for at the time. But this is supposed to be a full-time thing, 100 to 120 snaps a game. Is he built like that? Well, you know what? For the last 2 years, it's what he's done. That is what he's done. And he is really good. You know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see Travis Hunter come out and line up at wide receiver against Travis Hunter, the cornerback. They asked him this question. They said, who would come down with the ball? He said, Travis Hunter. Makes all the sense in the world. Yes, it's going to be a different dynamic in the NFL, seeing someone that's starting at corner and at wide receiver. And if there's anyone that can do it, it is Travis Hunter out of Colorado. Moving on, a couple other notables that we had. The Cleveland Browns had a fifth round pick at number 144. They did pick up Travis Hunter's teammate. Shedeur Sanders goes to the Cleveland Browns. They have a quarterback situation now. They have 5 different quarterbacks on the roster. Of course, Watson is out there. Flacco is still out there. So you got a couple other players out there in that position. What will Shedeur do out there? Will he beat some people out of camp? Will he make the team? We'll see. But he was picked the 144th pick by the Cleveland Browns. So we will see how that pans out for them. At the 21st pick, my Pittsburgh Steelers picked up Derek Harmon out of Oregon, defensive tackle. Cameron Hayward's getting old. He's getting up there, so we will see what old Derek brings to the table. He is a great athlete, man, and he can cause some commotion off the snap. So the Steelers going defensive to start off as well. Who else we got? One of the top running backs picked out of the draft was the number 6 pick, Ashton Jeanty. Ashton was picked by the Raiders, so he's going to go over there, play some ball over in Las Vegas. He should be a really good fit. He's out of Boise State. He's low to the ground. I think 5'8", 5'9", 220, 25 pounds. Very good, shifty runner, but can run away from you as well. So Ashton Jeanty, great pick. Great pick by the Raiders there. Number 19, going to the Bucks. Down here in Tampa, we got Emeka Egbuke. He is a wide receiver going to Tampa Bay. He actually was in town on Friday. He was a first-round pick, the 19th overall pick. And that's going to be pretty exciting, too, because you got Chris Godwin. You got Killer Mike on the other side, Mike Evans, franchise leader. And then you get this young guy to come in. I think he's going to do some good things. And with him being the 19th pick overall, he's going to get some playing time as well. So the Bucks trying to go offensively from the beginning. Also, one of his teammates they signed as a free agent was Shedeur Sanders' brother Shiloh. So Shiloh Sanders signs as a defensive back as a free agent for the Tampa Bay Bucks as well. So that's going to be pretty neat to see him in town. We might get a glimpse of Deion in town to catch a couple games. that is going to be pretty exciting. Okay, sign him as a free agent. Let me see. Lastly, here, and then we're going to move on from the NFL draft. Going back to the Steelers, everyone knows the Steelers had some issues at the quarterback position because we had Russell Wilson and we let him go. He's with the Giants now. We had Justin Fields and then we let him go. Justin went to, I believe, the New York Jets. Okay, so that leaves a hole. We let Rudolph go, Mason Rudolph, and then we brought him back. Mason Rudolph cannot be the guy. And everyone was expecting us to sign Aaron Rodgers. I'll take Aaron Rodgers. And maybe we have a deal that's worked out with Aaron Rodgers, but he just hasn't signed yet. But the Steelers went fishing. They went fishing in the draft, and they picked out of the 185th pick Will Howard, quarterback from Ohio State. And I tell you what, Will Howard may have been one of the top quarterbacks in the draft. I think this was a steal for the Steelers. Will Howard is a great quarterback, good size, 240 pounds, 6'4" and a half. Can see over the line, can deliver, has great arm strength. He could possibly come in and be the guy. We never know. But he came from a prestigious program, coming out of the Big 12, Ohio State. See what he could bring to the table. Will Howard, welcome to the Pittsburgh Steelers. All right, moving on. We had the NFL draft. Now we're going to move over to the NHL playoffs. NHL playoffs, man, very, very exciting. But me being down here in Tampa, I don't understand what the deal is. What's going on with the Tampa Bay Lightning? Man, fortunately, on Sunday, they did win. They're in a battle with the Panthers. The Panthers actually lead that series 2-1. They faced the Panthers on Sunday, coming into the game being down 2-0. So that was a must win. They won that game, and they lived to fight another day. Going over a couple of the other standings, Minnesota and Vegas are knotted at 2 games. Let me see. Edmonton is down on the LA Kings. Kings are up 2-1. Washington is over Montreal 2-1, and Carolina is leading the New Jersey Devils 2-1 as well. Let's go to, let me see, the other side here. We got Winnipeg over St. Louis 2-1. Dallas and Colorado are knotted up at 2 games. Toronto's up on Ottawa 3-1, and of course I said the Lightning are down 2-1 to the Panthers. So we will see what happens here coming up in the next few days. Who's going to move on to the second round? What do we got? All right, moving on. We got 2 more stories. We're going to stick with the sports theme right now. Also, by the way, go to Etcetera with the Woodards on our YouTube channel. I want you to put your comments. Let me know. Who do you think is going to win the NBA playoffs? Who do you think is going to win the NHL playoffs? And who was your team in the NFL draft? And how do you think they fared? Okay, I want to hear from you. Let me know what you got. NBA playoffs, we got some really, really good games. I stated this before. I really don't watch a lot of basketball during the regular season, just because it's kind of boring. They've been trying to get the game a little bit more exciting by what they've been doing with these play-in tournaments and stuff like that. Trying to make the All-Star games a little bit more interesting, the festivities that go on and everything. But, some of these guys don't play that much real hard during the regular season. But playoff ball, I love to watch me some playoff ball. I did tell you 2 episodes ago that OKC, the Oklahoma City team, is the team to beat. And they swept the Grizzlies 4-0. So they may be proving me right. They got a really good team. Keep your eye on OKC. Couple other of the notables, the favorites, the Warriors. Stephen Curry is still doing his thing. They lead the Rockets 2-1, playing very well. The Rockets have a great young team. They got some speed on their team. But when Chef Curry gets on fire, it's just it's lights out. Now they played over the weekend without Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler hurt his he has a pelvic contusion, so hopefully they're going to get him back. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But if they do, he is going to be the other piece of the puzzle that the Warriors definitely need to move on to the next series. Cavs looking good. Cavs are up 3-0 over the Miami Heat. Minnesota's up 3-1 over the Lakers right now. 3-1 over the Lakers. Lakers playing good, but man, they're playing against a really really good team. So, who is your favorite team? Who do you see making it to the finals? Who's coming out of the East? Who's coming out of the West? Make sure you go to Etcetera with the Woodards and right on our YouTube channel and put some comments on there. Let me know what you got. We'll talk about it during episode 10 next week. All right. All right, we're going to wrap up here. I wanted to touch base on this other story that happened here in Tampa. I don't know if it's made the national news yet, but last Wednesday morning around 7:20 in the morning on the Causeway Boulevard by Lowe's, which is a very busy street. If you don't know how the Causeway Boulevard is, it's a very busy street. Um, a lot of businesses, a lot of restaurants, gas stations, McDonald's, Chick-fil-A. A lot of those businesses are on this particular street, so it's very busy. And you can imagine how it is at 7:20 in the morning with school traffic. A lot of apartment complexes live around that are structured around there. A lot of people live in those apartment complexes, so a lot of people, a lot of kids going to school. 7:20 in the morning, there's a guy walking down the street, fully armored with tactic gear, bulletproof vest, and he has an AR on him, and he's walking down the street. He has communication gear. I don't know who he was talking to, but if you can imagine taking your kids to school and you look to the right on the street and you have a guy that's standing there with an AR and full tactic gear, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Of course, everyone that saw this gentleman called the police. Hillsborough County Sheriff's deputies came flying down. Um, if you go to, you might not see it all. I got the raw video from the sheriff's cam on his vest, but um, if you Google Causeway Boulevard armed man, um, some videos will come up, and then you'll be able to see exactly what I'm talking about. The deputies, just to kind of make this kind of clear for you, the deputies got out. There were three of them. They all were hollering at this guy. His name was Vincent Moran, 34-year-old, and they were hollering at him to drop the weapon, drop the weapon, drop the weapon. He never raised the weapon up and pointed it to anyone, but the fact is he has an AR. It takes a second just to start spraying, and you got traffic that's riding by as well. There was one car that rode by in the video when the cops were out, and they had their shotguns on this guy, their guns on this guy as well. Like I said, he never pointed it to anyone, but he did not comply with what the officer said. And all of a sudden, shots rang out, and they started shooting this guy. He went down. They immediately ran over, moved the weapon away from him, checked to make sure he didn't have any explosives on him. They, I think, cut the bulletproof vest off of him. And then they started to assess the situation. They had their gloves on. They started to administer aid to this guy. They tried to really save him. And then the video goes out, but the rest of the story was that the EMTs got there. They put him on an ambulance. They took him to the hospital, and he passed away at the hospital. Um, Trying to find out a little bit more information of what triggered this guy to do what he did, why he was there. why he was in full tactic gear, why he brandished an AR. Um, luckily he did not use it and no one got hurt. The only one that got hurt was the gunman, or the suspect rather, because he didn't take any shots. But for the safety of the community, the Hillsborough County sheriff's deputies did the right thing. They had to protect everyone around on this busy street, and they are on paid administrative duty, administrative leave right now, which is standard protocol while the investigation goes through. But it could have been a mess. Um, the Causeway Boulevard is 10 miles away from me, maybe a little bit less than that. Um, 5 to 10 miles away. I mean, and so that one really hit home for me. So I thought I would share that with you. There's been a lot of gun issues here in the United States, and they have to stop. They just have to stop. I just think we need to get these people the help that they need. If there's mental health issues, we have to figure this thing out. If there's mental health issues, we have to figure out why these people are able to get their hands on um, ARs. I just don't get it. Last week we talked about the shooting at that school at FSU, and now it gets a little closer. And both of them were right here in Florida. And this one's 10 miles away. So, my wife works in the school system down here for Charter School USA. I think about her every single day. I think about my son, Craig Jr., who goes to school. We are now homeschooling him. But you know, I've had two other kids that went through the school system as well. Dante went to the public school system down here, as well as Charter School USA, and Jordan lived in North Carolina, and he's in college right now. He's at Mercyhurst University. Like, anything can happen at any time. So, when I'm driving down and I'm going to work, I'm thinking about my family. And I know you guys are thinking about your family as well, because anything can happen at any time, because tomorrow's not promised to any of us. So while you have the chance, kiss your kids, hug your husband, hug your wife, just a little bit tighter every day. Say, I love you. When you leave, say, I love you. You never know if that's the last time you speak to them. Sadly, this is 2025 in America, and something's got to change pretty soon. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me. I really, really appreciate it. I want you guys to visit our YouTube channel at Etcetera with the Woodards. You can follow us, subscribe, share, like, put some comments on there. Let me know how I'm doing. Give me some feedback, but also put some comments on there about things that you like as well. All right. Until next week, we're going to have episode 10 next Monday night coming on. You can catch it on Facebook. You can catch it on YouTube, Instagram, LinkedIn, or at our website, www.dsatb.org. Okay, for Christine Woodard, I'm Craig Woodard. Good night. I'll see you next time.